Hail there, legal warriors, long ago and far away. Those are some important words when you're trying to tell a story that you want someone to listen to, and then it's going to make a difference for the listener. If you're interested in this, stay tuned, because this is the video for you. My name is Attorney Lance Fryrear, and I'm a defense attorney in Linwood, Washington. My law firm's been defending people charged with crimes all throughout Washington State for more than 20 years, and I'm putting out these videos to help educate the public. So if you find this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people will get the help they need. Now, as always, I'm just going to jump right into it. Long ago and far away. What are you talking about, Lance? Why are you saying that? And this is a different version of sort of a device to help activate certain parts of the storytelling brain. We have another video called Once Upon a Time, but this one is long ago and far away. And it's very important in all aspects of life, but especially when telling a human story, which is so important in criminal law and in criminal defense, right? There's a police report that's got one side of the story, and then there's the client or the suspect, the defendant's part, which is the human story about how they got where they are and what actually happened. And when we retell what happened to others, or we tell stories to others, we generally just stick with the facts only. And in some of the training that I've done over the last 30 years, I've learned several different techniques, and one is long ago and far away. And so I'm going to demonstrate what I mean by that. So let's say that I was asked to describe my father, and it's something about my father. I'd say, well, my father's 83 years old, he's from Kentucky, and he moved to Nebraska, and eventually he moved out to Washington State, where he lives now and I live now, and he was a postal worker. So, boy, wasn't that exciting, right? It didn't really say much besides the facts, right? F-A-C-T-S. And that's not very compelling. And when we are telling a story or representing somebody or getting to learn their story, when we're asking our clients to tell us something about them and what happened in their case, that's not very persuasive or useful. So what if I tell that story about my dad and where he's from a different way? What if I start with, long ago and far away, a man was born. He was born in Bardstown, Kentucky, and he grew up on a farm where they did not have enough money to eat, and they grew watermelon and tobacco, and my dad had to literally walk miles and miles and miles to school in the poor South. And as he grew up, he, like the rest of his family, had to drop out of school to work in the farm to support the family, and that he was a success story because he went back to school in his 20s to be the only person to graduate high school in his family. And then he joined the Air Force, and he was in Texas, and he was going to be transferred somewhere else, but turns out he was the witness to a crime, and he had to stay in Texas for a while to testify about that, and that's what got him transferred to Nebraska, where he met my mother while bowling. And then they ended up having a family, and eventually, thanks to their son who established a law firm, they moved out to the Seattle area to sort of be looked after in their old age. So, which one is more compelling? The first one, where I said where my dad worked and how old he is and a little bit about it, or the story that I told? And the reason what cued me to feel the emotions to tell the story was long ago and far away. So hopefully you agree with me, the second one was more compelling and interesting. And both are true. So how can you use this, right? So Lance, nice trick, but how can you use it? Well, there's several areas you can use this. When you're working with your attorney, no matter what area of law, it could be family law, could be personal injury, could be criminal defense, they're going to want to know about you. And so sometimes you might be able to write out a story. You could start it. Doesn't matter if you started long ago and far away. You could literally start it like that and tell the story of your life and how you got there, what your relationship was with your wife or husband. it's a good cue to get you telling things that will get some emotional impact on the reader, because getting people to do things is about emotion, right? Deciders don't decide on facts. They decide on emotion, and then they choose the facts they want to justify the decision later. So criminal law is very clearly useful, and it's really useful for protection orders, or what you would call a restraining order. You have a short period of time in a restraining order to sort of impart information to the decider, the judge. And if you've got some emotional stuff there, that will help. In that case, on a document to the court, you would want to eliminate you want to write out the stories thinking or starting long ago and far away. However, you wouldn't put that part in because that would look a little strange. So it's a good technique to use. In our other video, we talk about once upon a time. That's great also. But long ago and far away is one that I find very useful, and my clients have found useful as well. So if you found this useful, please like and please subscribe. More people get the help they need. And more importantly, if you got a criminal issue, if you got a restraining order, something that we do, feel free to reach out to my firm. We'll listen to what happened, we'll identify a way forward, and we will be there for you. Thank you.